explain to people sort of who you are now and what makes you the glowing, happy people I see before me on the screen.
Okay, we'll take it.
I think, well, for us, you look at just even social media today, it's all filtered, veneered, right? And the truth is, like, when we first kind of started growing in our faith, it wasn't this like perfect, easy thing that I think sometimes people sell Christianity to be. They make it sound like the second you become a Christian, your life's going to be perfect. And in all honesty, our life got really, really hard after we found our faith, because this world is not set up really for faith-filled people. It's not really set up for happy marriages or happy families. So we really had to navigate what that looked like in our careers, what that looked like on social media. We're frustrated seeing all of these kind of perfect Christians, I guess, on social media. We're like, no, we want to share what our walk really looks like. So for us, we just wanted to be really consistent and honest and authentic to what it looks like to actually like be a Christian in today's world.
Yeah. I want to talk more about that this world is not set up to celebrate happy marriages. Hollywood certainly, no, but even regular world. I mean, I've observed this even in my own life. You go out with groups of friends in certain pockets. We travel amongst different groups of friends in different places. And in some of the groups, it's always the guys with the guys and the girls with the girls, right? Like you go out to dinner, whatever. It's like, wait, no, I want to experience this evening with my spouse. Like I'm not looking to separate from him at every party and every dinner. But that's just my own, but you've experienced it in a world that the messaging around faith, around love-filled, happy marriages is nothing like what it used to be.
Yeah, no. And especially like in our industry, we got married really young. I mean, what was it, 23?
23, 24.
Like that's kind of unheard of in our industry. And I feel like people, like our friends kind of disowned us because they were like, well, they're the married couple now. And I'm like, but it's okay. We can still hang out. It's fine. And
yeah,
it was really hard for us in the beginning because we didn't have a lot of friends, especially
community was tough.
Yeah, especially in LA. And we ended up, after we had our first kid, we ended up moving to Maui. And it's been amazing. We a lot of young Christian families, and it's just, man, I really hope that my goal is that we can really show people the beauty of marriage again, and the beauty of creating that family and having a bunch of kids and traveling. I mean, we're currently on tour with my band. We're coming to you live from our tour bus.
So cool.
Yeah, and a big conversation was, are you bringing your family on tour? And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm not going to leave my kids, my 5-year-old, my 3-year-old, my 1-year-old, and my beautiful wife for 3 months while I go tour the world and play shows. Like, I want them to experience that with me because those are the memories that we can create. And we had to make a lot of sacrifices to make this happen. But man, it's been 3 weeks and I wouldn't change a thing.
It's a good way to start distancing from one another. If you physically distance, the emotional distance inevitably will follow. So you're right. You're prioritizing your love, your family. But I've got to ask you, why Maui, right? Because most people, nobody moves to Maui. Who moves to Maui? Like, it's an amazing idea.
We vacationed there a little bit.
Yeah, but we always thought like, oh, we retire, we'll live there. But what I love about my husband is he's such a go-getter that, like, for us, we're like, why are we going to wait until retirement to go have fun? Like, why don't we just go have this fun now?
Because we were worried about what other people would think about it.
Right.
And I think over the last handful of years, we kind of realized, like, who cares? Who cares what people think about what you're doing?
They're already not going to like you.
Yeah, like that doesn't matter. And we're also worried about, making our life look like an Instagram picture, so perfect with all the filters. Like, man, you know what? If I feel like I want to go do this and it's not bad, of course, like, let's just go do it. And who cares? My dad, I love him to death, but he thinks we're crazy that we moved to Maui because it's not convenient for him. And I had to go, well, Pops, like, it's really convenient for us, but he's mad about it because it's not convenient for him. And, the old me would have been like, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't do it because it's not convenient for him. But now I'm like, no, this is what our family needed. Yep. And we made it happen.
Well, I love the idea because I know, Alexa, you grew up, was it on a ranch in Florida? So you're used to being outside and having a connection with nature and having lived in New York City for a bunch of years. And I know now, and not you, me, but you were in LA obviously for a bunch of years. You kind of lose that, you're surrounded. I realize LA, you can hike or whatever, but it's not the same as being in Maui or growing up on a ranch. Your kids now, it sounds like the way you're raising them is they're outside, they're connected with nature. And you guys are too. You're not sitting in front of screens constantly or in New York where the main focus is on getting drunk at some bar or restaurant.
Yeah, exactly. No, we wanted to give our kids the best upbringing we could, because at the end of the day, we are going to travel. We are going to be in big cities. They have the coolest life because they get to go experience all these different cultures all over the world, because that's where our work takes us. So we wanted to make sure that home base was a place that we could really root ourselves into and really create community and a place that felt like home. And for us, it ended up being Maui. But I will say, and I've talked about this recently, but I moved begrudgingly because I knew God was calling our family to move. I really felt that pull on my heart.
Oh, I feel so badly for you. You had to move to
you
Maui.
Need to stop. But
single tear.
Listen, but the truth was I was so invested in my career. And it was really picking up, and I was working a lot, that for me, it was really taking a big step back to focus on family and to focus on our marriage. And, for the longest time, I had always really thought that we moved for Carlos, because Carlos was really frustrated with how things were going in the industry for him and how things were moving. So he just was like, I need to get away or I'm going to quit. So we moved. And in the beginning, it was actually a struggle for me because I grew up in this industry. I started when I was 4. So for me, set is home. So the idea of leaving this place that offered me so much, it was like ripping a part of me away. But what I realized actually ended up happening was my identity was so in the industry that I needed to be pulled away from it to really root myself further into my faith, further into our relationship, our family. And we came out stronger than ever. We've taken the last 5 years to really foundation build in our family and in our faith. And I feel like we can conquer anything now. We've really come out of it just like, we got this.
You're welcome.
Thank you, babe. Thank you, babe.
Gathering around the dinner table has been the catalyst for change since the beginning of time. Ronald Reagan once said, all great change in America starts at the dinner table. If we can return to eating meals together as a family, which is so important to do, then we can create the conversation and change we want to see. Maybe it feels overwhelming to get everybody together, so many different schedules and so on, and then still make a great meal. But Good Ranchers makes it easy. You pull out a Good Ranchers package of beef, chicken, or seafood. You season with a little salt and pepper, good to go. Cook it however you like, off to the races. Tastes amazing. Every box you get is superior quality, flavor, and value. And Good Ranchers is a company that supports American agriculture and business. You're already buying meat. Why not support an American company like Good Ranchers? Use my code Megyn to get $30 off your order too, plus free shipping. Free express shipping. You can have it soon. Start eating their beef and their chicken and their seafood. And by the way, if you don't want to do this pepper and salt, they'll pre-season it for you. You can get the pre-marinated version, which is what I like. Make the gatherings at the table easy and fun with Good Ranchers. Go to goodranchers.com/Megyn to bring your family and friends to the table and eat some seriously delicious food when you're there. goodranchers.com/Megyn. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.